The Comedy of Errors is one of William Shakespeare's early plays. It is his shortest and one of his most farcical comedies, with a major part of the humor coming from slapstick and mistaken identity. In addition to puns and wordplay, it has been adapted for opera, stage, screen, and musical theater numerous times worldwide. In the centuries following its premiere, the play's title has entered the popular English lexicon as an idiom for an event or series of events made ridiculous by the number of errors that were made throughout. In addition to the title, the Comedy of Errors has all the elements of Shakespearean comedy. There's a conflict, some resolution, confusion, and cleared up families and lovers get reunited, and it's also funny. For the first part or first scene, because a law forbids merchants from Syracuse from entering Ephesus, elderly Syracusan trader Aegeon faces execution when he is discovered in the city. He can only escape by paying a fine of 1,000 marks. He tells his sad story to Solinus, Duke of Ephesus. In his youth, Aegeon married and had 2 sons. On the same day, a poor woman without a job also gave birth to twin boys, and he purchased these as slaves to his sons. Soon afterward, the family made a sea voyage and was hit by a tempest. Aegeon lashed himself to the mainmast with 1 son and 1 slave, and his wife took the other 2 infants. His wife was rescued by one boat, Aegeon by another. Aegeon never again saw his wife or the children with her. Recently, his son Antipholus, now grown, and his son's slave Dromio left Syracuse to find their brothers. When Antipholus did not return, Aegeon set out in search of him. The Duke is moved by this story and grants Aegeon one day to pay his fine. That same day, Antipholus arrives in Ephesus searching for his brother. He sends Dromio to deposit some money of the sanctuary and inn. He is confounded when the identical Dromio of Ephesus appears almost immediately, denying a knowledge of the money and asking him home to dinner, where his wife is waiting. Antipholus, thinking his servant is making subordinate jokes, beats Dromio of Ephesus. Dromio of Ephesus returns to his mistress, Adriana, saying that her husband refused to come back to his house and even pretended not to know her. Adriana, concerned that her husband's eye is straying, take this news as confirmation of her suspicions. Antipholus of Syracuse, who complains, "I could not speak with Dromio since, at first, I sent him from the mart," meets up with Dromio of Syracuse, who now denies making a joke about Antipholus having a wife. Antipholus begins beating him. Suddenly, Adriana rushes up to Antipholus of Syracuse and begs him not to leave her. The Syracusans cannot but attribute these strange events to witchcraft, remarking that Ephesus is known as a warren for witches. Antipholus and Dromio go off with these strange women, the one of them to eat dinner and the other to keep the gate. Antipholus of Ephesus returns home for dinner and enraged to find that he is rudely refused entry to his own house by Dromio of Syracuse, who is keeping the gate. He is ready to break down the door, but his friends persuaded him not to make a scene. He decides instead to dine with a courtesan. Inside the house, Antipholus of Syracuse discovers that he is very attracted to his wife's sister, Luciana of Smyrna, telling her, "Train me not, sweet mermaid," with the note, "to drown me in my sister's flood of tears." She is flattered by his attention, but worried about their moral implications. After she exits, Dromio of Syracuse announces that he has discovered that he has a wife, Nell, a hideous kitchen maid. The Syracusans decided to leave as soon as possible, and Dromio runs off to make travel plans. Antipholus of Syracuse is then confronted by Angelo of Ephesus, a goldsmith, who claims that Antipholus ordered a chain from him. Antipholus is forced to accept the chain, and Angela says that he will return for payment. Antipholus of Ephesus dispatches Dromio of Ephesus to purchase a rope so that he can beat his wife Adriana for locking him out, then is accosted by Angelo, who tells him, "I thought to have taken you an appropriate," and asks to be reimbursed for the chain. He denies ever seeing it and is promptly arrested. As he is being led away, Dromio of Syracuse arrives, whereupon Antipholus dispatches him back to Adriana's house to get money for his bail. After completing this errand, Dromio of Syracuse mistakenly delivers the money to Antipholus of Syracuse. The courtesan spies Antipholus wearing the gold chain and says he promised it to her exchange for her ring. The Syracusans deny this and flee. The courtesan resorts to tell Adriana that her husband is insane. Dromio of Ephesus returns to the arrested Antipholus of Ephesus with a rope. Antipholus is infuriated. Adriana, Luciana, and the courtesan enter with a conjurer named Pinch, who tries to exorcise the Ephesians, who are bound and taken to Adriana's house. The Syracusans enter carrying swords, and everybody runs off for fear, believing that they are the Ephesians out for the vengeance after somehow escaping their bonds. For the last part, Adriana repairs with henchmen who attempt to bind the Syracusans. They take sanctuary in a nearby priory where the abbess resolutely protects them. Suddenly, the abbess enters with the Syracusan twins, and everyone begins to understand the confused events of the day. Not only are the two sets of twins reunited, but the abbess reveals that she is Aegeon's wife. Emilia of Babylon, the Duke pardons Aegeon. All exit into the abbey to celebrate the reunification of the family. For the conclusion, Antipholus is committed to his wife. Antipholus again declares his love for Luciana. The whole family is reunited. Aegeon doesn't get beheaded. With everyone face to face, the long separated family has been reunited.